Hey YouTube, today we're going to be talking about what I believe to be a good candidate for the title of Leo's most underrated move. Recently, I've been watching a lot of Tekken World Tour, and I saw Active doing a lot of QCF one whiff punishment on Dragunov, and I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. I wonder if I could emulate something like that on Leo. Now, we don't have any launches out of QCF, right? We have QCF 1 and QCF 2 1, just a bit of damage. You can even go into heat, but it doesn't really have much range. But QCF 1 plus 2, messing around with that, I've discovered that I've been not giving this move as much credit as I could have. Now, if you take the Lightning Glare, suddenly it's not very good. But I really think you should just never take it. Ever. Like, ever. Like, plus 22 on Leo. Like, I'm sure you've all been stepped. I'm sure you've all had Hwarang back one. I'm sure you've had, like, Paul hit you with that sidestep shoulder. I'm sure you've been backswing blowed. This? They cannot do anything. At all. They cannot do anything. You take the Lightning Glare. Whose turn is it really? It's everyone's turn. Basically, you're a neutral. Like, sure, you get access to your Lightning Glare strings. That's great. But you need to hit them. And you can't even use them immediately because plus 3 is not enough to use any Lightning Glare string unless you're gonna high crush them with your Hell Sweep. But, well, what do we get out of plus 22? I'm sure you're used to getting plus 17 out of your heat. You know, I'm sure you set up some down twos and stuff like that. If they mash, they get shit on, absolutely shit on. They probably won't mash, but if they do, they get shit on it, and if they don't, well, you're plus 4, now you can start whatever you're planning to do. Plus 4 isn't that great, but hey, it's what we get. So why am I hyping up this plus 22 so much? Well, let's say that I were to go into heat, and then jab. Well, obviously that worked. What if I go into heat, plus 17, and run up and jab? I couldn't even get my jab out. Like, I ran up and I got hit before I pressed jab. Now, obviously, it's just 17 frames. Why would I be able to run up? Well, I mean, as you can see, he's jabbing out of that, right? This feels a bit more than a 5-frame difference. I don't even know if this is intentional. This doesn't feel like plus 2. This feels like more. This feels like more like plus 70. like I was not exaggerating when I said you can do whatever you want. You understand? I counter hit launched a jab with a Hell Sweep after running up. This isn't just some plus 22. But if you take the Lightning Glare, that is plus 3. So yeah, you can take your little jab, but if they step, you're going to get launched like you're used to, right? But if you don't take it... Sorry, I delayed it a bit too long. If you don't take it... Okay, I'm speechless because even I can't believe this, right? I used down 2 and he didn't get counter hit because I had so much time that his jab could not even come out. Now if I delay it, I get the best of both worlds. You cannot step, you cannot panic button, you cannot heat, you cannot rage shot, you cannot flash, you cannot do anything. But I can still counter hit launch you. I can still set up my turn. I can use anything in my arsenal. Let's talk punishment. Say you've cornered a wild Makoko at the wall and you've got a distinct feeling that he's about to run down 2 on you. Well, you might be inclined to use a Wild Rising 4-1-2 and go into heat. And if you're already in heat, you might be inclined to heat dash and go for your Wild Rising combo, which won't wall splat at this range, but, you know, it's some damage. You might also decide, in a different scenario, to go for a up forward 1-2. Now the reason I say in a different scenario is because the hurt box of this particular attack doesn't recover fast enough for you to get the high, right? So that is a situational thing that you want to lab, depending on which 13 frame attack it is. You would be able to get the wall splat, but in this particular scenario, I don't think I have to explain just how oppressive this situation is at the wall.